Hey, Lucifer AfterBuzz TV fans, I'm back. And it's time to get into the Lucifer After Show. We're in episode 9. I want to call it Boom, I Got Your Boyfriend, but it's Homewrecker.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Boom, I got your boyfriend. Got your boyfriend. Twerk it.
Yeah.
Work it off the stage. Work it off the stage. Just kidding. I'm back. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for joining us for the Lucifer After Show. I'm your host, Alikona Bradford, at Boys in Beauty 01. And say hello to this very handsome, pumping it out gentleman.
Yeah, I'm trying to work it out. Hi, I'm Ryan Graham. I'm the co-host here on the Lucifer After Show. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham. And I'm excited to have you back. I was scared last week without you. I was like, what are we going to do without our captain? But then you came back, so it's all
And then
okay.
now Samantha's gone.
I know, yeah. Like, well,
what the heck?
What is our team? What's happening?
I don't know. But speaking of co-hosts, remember, you are always our co-host. Yes. So join the hashtag ABTV Lucifer. We'll read your comments and partake in all this greatness going on. Yes. So there are so many awesome things in this episode that I don't even know where to start, but I guess we can start at the very beginning since that makes the most sense. So my favorite part about the beginning was the city tour. I like that they incorporated all the LA-ness.
It is, because if you don't know, we film in LA, so it was so fun to kind of just watch them. Like, I was like, oh, I've been to that building, I've been to that theater. Like, it was just kind of cool to kind of have them give the typical Hollywood tour and see the devil's idea of what it is.
This is where you get this drug, and this is where this happens. Oh, and he uses baking soda. Ooh, I should try that.
Oh.
Okay. But the constant theme in this episode was home and finding home.
Exactly.
And I think it's interesting because a lot of times you hear people in love songs and what have you, and home is not necessarily a physical place, but it's always with a person.
Right.
So I like that they incorporated that into this theme.
Like, you mean into Lucifer's idea of what home is, or like, because in the beginning, I don't feel like he still had this very physical sense of, home. And I do love that as the show goes, you kind of see him understand, which is weird that he wouldn't understand that, because it's like, you're a celestial being, you would think you would understand the concept of love.
Why are they so clueless? Especially Mother. If you are, and by the way, P.S., I'm God's ex-wife and I do not want to be defined by him.
Love that line.
Talk about a man that you don't want to be defined by, just God.
Yeah.
Can't shake that one off.
Very casual. Like, also, I didn't realize that like God would be into divorce. So I'm like, is it an official ex-wife? Is that official?
Right?
Like, do we know? Where were the papers signed on that?
Is that allowed in the Bible?
I was very
the
confused.
First Testament?
I will see, because I feel like God would be very, very Old Testament.
Let's work this out. We don't want to be a bad example for our little minions.
Hey, but maybe, as time goes on, maybe he goes, maybe it's not so bad. So maybe this is God's stamp of approval on divorce.
Right? That's one way to look at it.
You never know. But no, it was really kind of funny to see Lucifer's original idea of what home is, because he's like trying to point out all of these random things that are going on in LA, like, oh, I want you, Amenadiel, to like really love home and like make this, and like he's not having it. He's like, no, this is not my home.
Well, and especially because they're just not into the same things.
Right.
You know, Amenadiel is definitely the good son, so knowing where the prostitutes hang out and where to buy drugs is really not his thing.
No.
And the fact that he just escaped and walked off, I'm like, yeah.
Like, did
anybody else think, where did that guy go?
Nope, apparently not. Sometimes I'm like, can they see them? Like, maybe they have this like ability to like disappear to humans, because I agree. How did he get off? I'm like, did he just jump and no one goes, oh, okay, super casual?
He just vanished and then reappeared on the sidewalk.
Typical LA. I mean, kind of actually, it's LA. You never know anymore.
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure, if we could also, I want to ask my engineer if you could please put up the hashtag, the room that plays where all our fantastic co-hosts are.
Live chat.
Yeah, so we can say hello, see who's in there, who's checking everything out. Okay, let's talk about the show a little bit. Oh, okay, so we're talking about Amenadiel.
Right.
And Amenadiel still wears his rose or silver-colored goggles, if you will, because he really wants to believe that Mama is good.
I know.
Up until a few episodes, I was on that boat too, so I get it.
She always gave me a little bit of weird vibes, but I agree. I think that everyone kind of has that, oh, I want my mom to be good because she raised you, and you're like, oh, no, she looks out for us. So he still, I mean, I think even now he kind of has a little bit of hope that she isn't all bad because I feel like even towards the end of the episode, she doesn't ever do anything that is overtly evil. Like even with the I know. I mean, I think to us it's evil, but to him, he can still kind of go, oh, maybe not, because he doesn't know what she's really doing. Well,
it's hard because the source is Maze, and we know that she's just not the biggest fan of Mom. No. So when Maze is pointing out all her faults that are absolutely obvious, Amenadiel's like, well, let me just, play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Ching.
I love all the devil puns in this show.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be like, no, like he tries to argue that the side for Mom. Oh, we have so many co-hosts today. Hi, Chaotic Mayhem, welcome back.
Autumn Phoenix, Booby 69, Gabrielle Lawrence, GMG Productions.
Yes.
A lot of people. Hi, RJ. A lot of people would take the tour. I would hop on that one too.
Do you want Lucifer to be giving the tour though? Because I feel like I would prefer his tour.
Absolutely. Did you hear the other guy?
He was like, Chris. It was the best tour guide ever. I'm sure he loved his job.
But what I thought was funny is I understand that what he gave was a more lively version of a tour, but the fact that he was like, well, that drug dealer, and everyone's like, let me take this.
Exactly. Sure. I feel like no. I don't think that will be my instant response to someone telling me. I'm like, I mean, if I was that interested in the drug dealer, I would go to the drug dealer. I wouldn't take a picture of this guy. And I also love that the drug dealer clearly didn't see it coming because he like freaks out and is like, oh no, they busted me. So it's really funny because obviously the devil has like a little insight into everyone's personal drama. So
I do want to finish talking a little bit though about Maze and all the things that she's seeing, because she's been seeing these things for a very, very long time. And somebody, I think RJ had said earlier, was it RJ? Yes, that he's a mama's boy. Amenadiel's such a mama's boy. Totally. But I really do feel like internally he is questioning his mom's integrity, but externally he's not going to give that to Maze. Because as it is, she's already on that boat, so let's not give her more
fuel to the fuel to the fire. And I think it's also, I think that he is dealing with kind of not talking to his dad and having that little bit of like, oh, I've disappointed my dad. So like, when dad says no, you run to Mom. So like at this point, I think that's another thing that's playing into it, is that he still wants one of his parents to be that rock and be that person that he's pleasing. So obviously he doesn't want his mom to be bad because then it's like, oh, I've lost both parents. Right. So I think that's playing a little bit into it too, because not only is he like, my mom's good, I want to love my mom, I want my mom to be good, but he's also like, Dad's gone. Dad's not here right now, so I need someone.
And the one person he won't trust is Maze, who he should, or Lucifer.
Right.
But you know what? I like that the writers are starting to go back on that territory, and they're giving little hints at that there's flirtation, something might be happening.
The scene when they were watching Mom, it was such a cute, it was almost like a date. It's like they were on a date spying on Mom, which is a weird date, but it was very.
I don't know what kind of dates you go on, but
that's always my date.
We won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Right. But it was cute to kind of see them flirt together, and I was like, I just want them to be together because it's such a cute couple, and I think that they fit so well.
Yeah, I don't think that Dan makes a really good couple. Dan grows on me.
Yeah,
really? And I do, and I really feel bad for him because obviously Mom doesn't have good intentions, but the fact that they had this conversation about their exes, and he did not overshare, P.S. But the fact that he jumped to that conclusion, whoa, you thought he did?
On the first date, someone goes in depth about their ex. You don't think that's weird? I was like, dude, why are you?
No, because you know what? I mean, maybe first date you don't want to talk about the ex, but I know if I'm getting involved with somebody, I do want to know why you broke up with the last person, because it'll give me a clue to who you are and if you're crazy and I want to continue to get involved with you. So I'm okay with that.
But I think the thing that was weird for me was that not only did he bring up Chloe, but then he also brings up Chloe's new guy. And to me, I'm thinking if I was on a date and sure, you bring up your ex. Okay, but now you're bringing up your ex's new, and that to me, that signals to me that you are clearly not over your ex. Right. But I mean, in this context, Mom was not. She didn't care how much Dan was over or not over Chloe, because she had her own motives. But I feel like in the dating world, I think I would be weirded out if someone brought up not only their ex, but then their ex's new boo. I'm like, not interested. That's weird because you're not over it.
Yeah, but I liked his apology. I thought it was very sweet, guys. Yes. And he acknowledged. It's not like he kept going. It was a 1.5 sentence conversation before he pulled back. And I thought for a second, prediction but not prediction, when he touched her for 2 seconds, I thought, okay, maybe Mom is going to start experiencing these weird tingling feelings that Lucifer experiences that he's not willing to admit to himself with Chloe. Because he obviously feels something. Again, she is home, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But because Dan was so sincere and earnest when he said what he said, I thought for 2 seconds maybe he chipped away at something inside of Mom that made her go.
But you never, I mean, she did end up going home with him, and that doesn't, we don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I think that Mom's phone call was not exactly something of a good gesture.
Yes, I don't know. But the thing is, we also saw last week, Dan seemed to have a power that we hadn't seen him have before, too. When he was holding the sword, he appeared to be able to fight it. So maybe there might be something, too, that, like, him having a little bit of power over Mom. Obviously, it didn't work, because I think she knew what she was getting into when she went home with Dan. But you never know. I'm not surprised.
I would love for Mom to have an inkling of some feelings for him.
Too.
Dan needs to get his groove back.
Well, not only that, but also I would like Mom to be more human. Like,
yeah, she's a little...
She's the most extreme. Like, she's not a human.
Yeah.
So, yes, I don't know.
Everybody's talking about what heaven would look like. The Silver City.
Do we think it would literally be silver, or like are we thinking Wizard of Oz?
I always thought it would be gold, to be honest with you.
I think silver would never be the thing I would think of heaven. I'm like gold and
platinum,
clouds.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe platinum. That's right.
Yeah.
Platinum and clouds. That's the only thing I can think of.
There you go. With Justin Timberlake everywhere. Yep. Okay. So, guys are like, yeah, I don't care about that. All right, let's see what else everybody else is saying. Save it for the second date. Okay, we can do second date, RJ. So, Autumn, people are having conversations with you. Oh, yeah, we have seen heaven. So, we saw hell.
Right.
So, heaven should be next.
That is true.
Good point. What else are we talking about? Detective Clueless Douche needs to get unclueless. Oh, but he's just on the rebound. He doesn't know any better.
And there was clearly like some draw. As soon as she walked in when she was being the lawyer, he was like all about it. Like all his thoughts
you want to challenge me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I think Dan liked that she was not like that she was a strong woman. I think that's his thing. He's like, oh, okay, you insulted me. Like, isn't it negging? Wasn't that a thing for a while where you would say something negative to the person and it made them more attractive to you? Something weird.
Wow, never been a part of that.
It was like a weird dating technique where you would walk up to someone, half compliment them, say something negative about them, and then it makes them go, wow, you're attractive. It's super weird. It was some weird dating strategy.
Ew, if someone ever did that to me, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not gonna. You know what? This is PG, so I'm not gonna say anything, and I won't make any hand gestures either.
Hey, it worked for Mom though. She did it, and Dan was all about dating. So we'll see. I don't know if they're gonna go anywhere, but it worked. It worked.
I think that Dan. Little mini prediction. I think he's gonna ask her on her for a real date.
I hope so.
He's so cute. Anyhow, let's talk a little bit about the case.
Yes.
At first, I have to be honest with you, it was a little case heavy for me to the point where I thought, I really want to know what's going on in Lucifer's personal life, and I really don't care about this case.
Right.
Ended up being a good one, but still, it was a little heavy.
I think that I agree. I think that the details of the case were like, okay, and it kept going one level. It was like, okay, we get it. But I think it kind of kept bringing up reasons for Lucifer to be like, oh, no, but this is my home, and kind of showing his like strange obsession with Lux. But then finally he comes to terms with like that physical place is not your home. But sorry, we're going on to another topic.
No, it's okay. Yes. Now that you mentioned Lux, though, I thought it was really interesting that it did have so much history to it.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't like him with the Prohibition and then the
Sinatra.
glass. Yeah, I was like, whoa. Which maybe my greenness to LA is showing. Is Lux real? Because I was like, I don't think this is a real place. Okay, I was like, is this a real bar?
And it's made to look like the Empire State Building.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, I don't think I know this place. But yes. But it was cool to have the details of Lux, and it was kind of interesting to see how drawn Lucifer was to this place, because I was like, I knew he liked the bar, but I was like, I didn't realize you like loved this place.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's where he goes when he's having a bad day. He sings out his emotions. He sexes out his emotions with other women, you know, and his building, like his home.
It's his home. Yeah,
it's upstairs. That's where his bedroom and all that other good stuff is. So yeah.
But I mean, I guess like I get that it is literally his home, but I was like, I just didn't realize you like loved because I don't feel like I'm that attached to my home. Like I'm like, okay, it's home.
It's his first home.
Okay, valid, which we did learn. Like him talking, I was like, okay, I get it a little bit more. But no, I feel like I'm going off of the case. But the case was very interesting. So it started with the death of Dean Cooper, and then we thought her son did it. Then maybe the Eleanor, the competing person, wanted to do it, which I thought her obsession with him was weird.
Yeah, is she an ex? Because why are you so adamant about destroying everything this man had in his possession?
Right. Once she said that, I was like, okay, now I want to know what your deal is, because she didn't just like want it just for like, oh, money. It was like, I want to destroy this man. And I'm like,
It's like he cheated on her.
Yeah, it did. It felt very much like a scorned ex-lover, and I was like, I don't get your obsession with this guy. What did he do to you?
Right.
It seemed a little crazy to me. But I don't know.
I thought it was interesting too. I'm not really sure what the point is, and maybe you can tell me. But as far as the two lovers, because at the end of the day, you know, Dad didn't like podunk.
Right.
Fiance, wife, girlfriend.
I think they were officially married. Actually, no, were they? I know that it was something in that. At least fiance, because that's why she was being investigated. At least fiance.
Right.
Yeah.
So the whole bit about let me investigate her, make sure she's not a cheater, and random Simon sleeping with people for money or trying to get them to sleep with him.
What a job. Like, your job is to lie to people to try to get them to hook up with you. That seems... How do you even fall into such a career? But, okay, it works. Apparently this is a thing. But
I don't know. But regardless, so the point I was trying to make is we go through all these things to figure out who it is. It's the girlfriend. It's the girlfriend. Even though the guy was like, no, I did it. I'll go to jail for you. No. And I get it's to perplex Lucifer. But at the end of the day, I thought, how does that make sense? Because most likely you're a male and she's a female. You're not going to share the same cell together. So to be doing it for the sacrifice of your love, he's going to be over here and you're going to be in a completely different building and you'll never see each other. At least if one person is out of jail, they can come and visit you.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. So do you know that she did, or are you convinced? Because to me, I think I was still questioning it. I was like, okay,
no, I thought she did it. I think because of the look the guy gave when Chloe had accused her of doing it, he looked at wifey and then looked at her and went, "I did it." He
read her and then
yes,
took it.
And he, being the man, was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take it for her." And that's when she's like, "No, I can't let you do this." Blah blah.
The only which was like, I agree. I think it's weird because they're both gonna end up in jail, not to be together. But I think the point was to give Lucifer a little bit of like a visual insight on what love is and how strong it can be. That's the only thing I can think.
But that was pretty
I agree.
Extreme.
It was a stretch.
A little extreme.
And can we also talk about the fact that he jumped off a building and survived?
Because he was ashamed that the money was gone.
Which also made it... Because like, if you're ashamed the money is gone and you're going to kill yourself, then why would you then stick up for your wife so she doesn't go to jail? It's like, you were just going to kill yourself. Yeah, the case was a little off tonight.
Way off.
This is like not adding up, but I don't know.
Really quick, this is off topic, but I have to give a shout out to somebody in the chat room, and not even because of their comment, but their name, Telly Bondage.
Oh.
Are you British? Just because it says, can't wait for Lucifer to find out Detective Douche slept with his mum. Ooh. # awkward.
Yes, I love mum, M-U-M mum. I love that. Telly Bondage. I love that.
But that would be weird if Lucifer does find out.
When? I think, that's totally going to come out. You don't think it's going to come out?
Eventually. But here's the thing. It may or may not, only because even when... Okay, so Dr. Linda is the only person that really knows about who Lucifer is and his mother. Because anybody else who saw mum, they'd look at her and say, are you the same age? How did she birth you?
Right.
What Botox are you taking exactly?
Well, yeah, what surgeon? Please tell me.
So, my thought is, random thought, I make a lot of faces on this show, and if any of you guys scrhackshot me, you are in very big trouble.
You just gave them the idea.
I know. Now on my
screenshots
Twitter, there's going to be these weird, twacked looking pictures of me. But anyhow, there was a point to what I was saying. Oh, so Dr. Linda is the only one who knows, and P.S. thought it was very funny that sweet, innocent Dr. Linda, thank you so much for life. Mom's like, can you get off my job?
She was so starstruck. I love that she was starstruck by Mom. That was my favorite thing. She was, oh my God. It was like
such an honor.
Yeah, like, get out.
Which slightly ticks me off that if that is someone
Mother
else,
Nature.
Mother Nature, why would you be so rude?
You would think Mother, because I guess again, it's like, don't meet your idols, because it's like, we think of Mother Nature as this, like,
loving and caring, empathetic.
Maybe she really, because with weather and
tornadoes,
maybe she is.
Mom's an asshole.
Yeah, maybe Mom's a bee. Like, Mother Nature may not be nice. It makes sense. So.
Yeah. I don't know. But either way, Dr. Linda is very insightful, as Mom said, and unfortunately she spilled the beans during the conversation. I was so mad.
Right.
He loves this place. Like he loves this place.
It's like...
So, yeah, that's the whole reason I said that. It brings us back to full circle. The whole reason she dated Dan. I'm like, you sneaky, sneaky woman.
Yes.
Let me get some info. And that's why I thought, okay, Amenadiel, you picked up on something weird and sketchy, and you just chose to look the other direction.
Right. Also, I guess, how did Mom know that Dan dated Chloe? Is that weird that I don't know how she made that leap?
I'm sure she has her ways.
I mean, I'm sure. That was something I thought. I was like, how would she know that? But I mean, she's like, I'm sure as a celestial being, she's somewhat all-knowing. So I'm sure that it's just assumed that she knows.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Chaotic Mayhem, for reminding me the fact that Maze took the selfies of Amenadiel when he was reacting to Mom making out, because that was actually pretty funny.
It was.
I don't blame you, Amenadiel.
Again, another couple moment though. That was such a cute, like, that's a keeper. Like, that is a thing that you do when you're in a relationship.
Well, and I was actually surprised that Maze didn't throw her head in the picture and be like, hi. But I wonder what she'll do with those pictures later.
I hope they come back. I hope that she, like, we see them in later episodes where she's like doing a slideshow. I don't know. I love them together. They're really fun. But
oh, and with Mom, did anybody else notice, because it was getting on my nerves a little bit, Mom has really been playing the family card a lot. Right. And especially this episode, anytime somebody questions her, and I don't remember if it was Amenadiel or if it was May. I don't remember who was questioning her, but she kept saying, oh, it was Amenadiel, I just want all my sons together. It's not about, what's his name? Oh my gosh, brain fart.
Lucifer or God?
No. Gabriel? No. In the ground. Sorry for the description.
Uriel. Yeah.
It's not about the fact that he's dead, and it's not the fact that, I don't know if she's trying to say I'm not playing favorites because I'm not paying attention to you and I keep on focusing on Lucifer. It's just that I want all my kids together. No, obviously he has something you want, or something that he's able to help you with, because if I was Amenadiel, I'd feel a little left behind.
Yeah, it is. I think we on the outside can see that Mom has an ulterior motive, and I think the only reason she wants them all together is because she wants everyone to be against God, because she knows she needs everyone to be on her side to fight God, because I mean, obviously it's God and he's going to be powerful. So
but
anyone who's fighting against her is not good. No, you're good.
I'm so sorry. That was rude.
You're good.
Okay. Well, no, I was going to say the only thing I don't understand about in this show is that God is painted in such a mean light. Mm-hmm. God is, at the end of the day, the bad guy, which is weird because obviously in most people's lives, they think of him as this higher, greater being that loves all his children. He would never do anything to hurt anybody. And if it is, it's for an intention. Right. But this show just paints God as this person who's not paying attention to what's going on. This son wasn't good enough, so he got sent down. He divorced Mom. And I'm thinking, there's always two sides to every story. So what is that?
I guess, like, although God is all loving, but I feel like the reason that we know God loves us, at least according to Christianity, would be because of Jesus. This just came in my head. I'm like, I don't know if Jesus will be I don't know how he could be a character, but I was
That'd be interesting.
You know, I was like, oh wait, because Jesus is the reason that we know God loves us. But it's like, oh, I wonder if that will come into play. Very random.
Like Jesus played a really bad game of telephone.
Yeah, maybe just like, I'm sorry guys, I know you thought I said he loves you all, but no, that's not what I meant.
I'm sorry, we're not trying to offend anybody. This is all in good fun.
No, yeah, right. Jesus loves us. He does. I feel like that sounded sarcasm. I believe Jesus loves us.
All right, so let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Hey, y'all's first episode without Azrael not being mentioned.
That is true.
Very true. And also, wow, I'm so sorry. I'm going to butcher this one. Badger on Gaming. Lucifer is the strongest of his siblings because his anger towards his father fuels his power.
True.
And of course, Booby says that God really needs to show up and help his sons. Bring God season 3. No, bring God season 2.
Yeah.
When are you going to come down and fight your battle that's causing all these issues?
Right.
Last episode, Mom is causing a ruckus, hoping to get his attention. If that doesn't get your attention, what the heck does?
Okay, we're not in predictions, but I have theories about that. So we can wait. Yeah. That's what his mom is trying to use out of Lucifer.
I don't know. But let's talk a little bit about Chloe and Lucifer.
Right.
Because she's doing all these nice things for him. And even anything he's ever experienced with her, I feel like is brand new. So many different emotions, whether it's an insecurity or a this or a that, and him not realizing how much. No, I think he does realize how much he enjoys when she's giving him hugs and this, that, third, and her gratitude. And just the fact that he was so shocked that someone wanted to do something for him without wanting anything in return.
Right.
And he even said, usually I'm the one doing favors for people, and it's with a cost or
like
something.
Interest, something along the lines of like, there's something that comes with this. I don't just do favors.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to see him go through these. It's like he's a baby, and him to go through these emotions for the first time with someone, because I think he uses a lot of people, and humans were like pawns to him essentially. But Chloe, for the first time, is someone that he can't figure out, and like she has this effect on him, and so it is adorable to kind of see him like have realizations that like to us are so obvious. It's like, dude, obviously you love it. Obviously you love her or are interested in her. I won't call it love. Or obviously she's the reason that you think this place is home. And it's like to him, he's like, well, no, but I don't. And it's like he fights it almost. And so he asks her on this date and then has a session with Dr. Linda. And I think she puts it in perspective that he was searching for something, which I don't even think he knew at the time. But now he's found it. And it basically alludes that Chloe is what he was searching for, and so he's at home like, oh my God, what does this mean? And so it's interesting to see him process it, and it's another very humanizing moment, because I think realizing you're in love is a big deal,
right?
And it's like, what do I do with this?
But I was actually and you guys in the chat, let me know, comments. I was really disappointed that he took the typical, no offense, guy route. Yeah. Oh, I have feelings. Oh, I'm scared. I'm going to stand you up. And then 5 days from now, I'm going to realize that I'm a total idiot, and I'm going to try to apologize and make up for it, even though I already wounded you and broke our trust.
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to bounce back from this one. But I mean, although I'm annoyed with him for doing it, I think it's another thing that it's like, it's so relatable and so like...
But you can't text somebody and at least make up an excuse. You know she's sitting there, she's texting you saying, I'm here, where are you? At least say you have a stomach flu if you're really going to chicken out.
If you're gonna do it, just like lie at least. But no, I agree. I hate that it's a thing though. I don't know. I guess I just appreciate it from a standpoint of storytelling, because it's like...
Because you've done it to somebody before.
No, oh my gosh, no. I would never... I would feel terrible about doing that. So, I don't know. I just think it makes him such a relatable character, which is kind of scary. It's like, I can relate with the devil. Which I think every week I'm like, oh my God, I feel bad for the devil.
But I'm just sad for Chloe, and I don't want to go into prediction category, so I don't mean it like that, but I just feel like once you do that to somebody, you're done. You can't tread backwards from that, and that was the one time where, let me take you to dinner. Obviously, dude, you're asking her out on a date, and whether she acknowledges it or not, she accepted, and she's open to trying to figure this out, because in the last few episodes, or I should say the last one, jealousy struck her.
Right.
So for her to say, I'm curious enough to go, let's see what happens. A, she's a cop. I don't know what that means in my mind, but in my mind, she's a cop, so she's not going to give him a second chance.
No.
But even as a woman, I think it would be like, okay, cool. That's how it is. If nothing's wrong with you, you're healthy. Okay, cool. Then we're partners again.
Yeah,
that's it. We're partners.
It's like, why would you put this out there and then not want to go somewhere? Like, why even say anything? So I agree. That's got to be tough to come back from. And I do feel bad for Chloe, because she deserves, especially after, it's not like this is her first relationship. Like, she's been with Dan, and that didn't work out. So it's like, you know that she is vulnerable and like has been hurt in a relationship before, and it's not like Lucifer doesn't know. So it's like, you know, and so I think that makes it hurt even worse, because it's like, not only did you hurt me, but you know I've been through something and still hurt me, and it's like, what the heck, dude? So, when you say it like that, I do feel bad for Chloe. Poor thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like when you have that best friend and maybe you've had a crush on them for a really long time, and that friend finally decides that they want to take it to the next level. So you're like, yeah, and then the next day you have to pretend it never happened, and let's just pretend to be best friends again, I guess.
But at that point you can't even be friends. It's like, this is awkward, this is weird. We can be okay, but I don't know if we'll ever be best friends again. But hey. But this is TV, and so it might be different. You never know.
Maybe.
And he's the devil, so. So maybe he'll use some magic on her. I don't know.
I was actually surprised he didn't use any magic to try to keep his place from being evicted.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I guess,
he didn't
really fight for it. I mean, he did fight for it, but not in a mythical or mystical way. He just kind of like tried to do it by the law, which
what
is
do you really want? I'll give you whatever you want. Like, that's all you got?
Yeah. You don't want to keep your home?
Guess I'm a little spoiled. I expected a little more.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, because we were talking about Chloe and Lucifer, the fact that excuse me, Dr. Linda had pointed out, she had said, how come you've shown me who you are, but not her? Oh, well, I tell her. No, but you've not shown her what you look like. What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, because how many times have you told her? And she goes, that's cute. Okay. So anyways, what's really going on?
And I think that might also be why he didn't go tonight, because ultimately I think he's afraid to lose her, because like this whole theme of this episode was finding home and what home is and how it's not necessarily a physical place. So I think the fear of losing home, and by showing who he really is and being vulnerable and losing her forever, I think that is more scary to him. And so at this point, that's why he's running, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me,
right?
And which is not a healthy thing to do. But
well,
I think that's why.
I'd say a combination of hurt you before you hurt me, or I just don't want you to have an even worse reaction than Dr. Linda had, and I don't want to scare you away from me.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my thoughts.
No, that makes sense. Because obviously Dr. Linda had a like almost visceral, absolutely visceral response. So, and he doesn't love Dr. Linda the way he loves Chloe. So I agree. I think that scaring her is probably the biggest thing for him.
Right. Really quick, I want to read what's going on in our hosts chat room. Badron Gaming. Lucifer is taking all of this for the first, taking in all this, for the first time, him being afraid of what Chloe might think of him, who he really is, and that might be even more hurtful. When somebody finds out who you really are, whether you're the devil or let's say you're bisexual and you're with a boy, but you also like girls, whatever the case may be, having to tell somebody who you really are and then them not liking you or not wanting to be around you because they know who you really are is far more hurtful.
Scary.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's not something I did, because I did nothing but be myself.
Right.
And that's what scared you away, as opposed to me doing something to make you mad. It's like, okay, at least I can point to it and go, okay, I did something wrong. But when you were just being yourself, and that's the reason, I think that is harder to a harder pill to swallow. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, now I feel bad for
I'm a little mad at you right now. Badron, if I'm saying it wrong, I am so sorry. Gaming. Can't blame the guy for not showing up for the date. I can. No. I can. Anyways, okay, so I feel like we've broken down everything in the show. Did I miss anything?
Not that I can remember. I think that we covered everything that I had written down. I think we did it all.
Awesome. Well, let's prep some news and gossip.
Yes.
If it's easier for us to do some predictions while you're prepping news and gossip, we can always reverse the order, whatever my engineer decides.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
Oh, we're gonna go ahead with the news.
Yes.
All right. I got pictures. I got videos. What you want? I got it. Now it's whatever my engineer wants. That's what's gonna happen. So let me pull up. I have some notes actually of some stuff that I would like to share with y'all. Pictures. This is just a fun behind the scenes picture that I had pulled up, and I don't know if you guys are seeing it right now. It could pop. There we go. Does anybody remember at any point Chloe having a sling on? Because if not, then this is a spoiler.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think I remember this at all, actually.
Perhaps it has to do with a potential explosion, bomb under car, which, by the way, Billie Jean Girl was asking me about, so I did get your message. And for those of you who have not followed me yet on Twitter, be sure to do so, because you can message me through Twitter.
I love it.
Quick plug. Anyway. Okay, so this is another behind-the-scenes shot, and I do believe it is Chloe and Lucifer, but they're also talking to Dr. Linda, and I am not able to tell who is across from Dr. Linda, but regardless, I've never seen Chloe in the presence of Dr. Linda in her office like that, paired with somebody else. So again, maybe another spoiler.
No, I hope they're doing couples therapy. How fun. How adorable.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's interesting. That would be a fun little scene to see.
So this one, because Mom is not always evil, she's going to be in a Christmas movie, Operation Christmas. She plays Olivia Young, a single mom who's found love again with hero Scott, I'm going to screw this one up, McGugan, an Army sergeant who works in a highly elite Special Forces unit. So anyhow, this is going to be coming up on the Why is my mouth not functioning? The Hallmark Channel. So please check it out this Christmas season.
I think I will always see her as Mother Nature and not a nice
At
Mother
this point,
Nature.
yeah.
So
We've seen her in slinky clothes, and then we're supposed to believe that she's a sweet, innocent Christmas mom. I don't know. I don't know, Trisha. Okay, so I have two videos, and the first one is actually Amy Garcia. I'll let her explain what's going on. She's just gonna prelude this. Go for it.
I'm not a professional singer. I'm not like on American Idol.
How did it happen?
Is this a good idea?
I don't know. I don't know. My goal is to not pass out.
Yeah, do that.
And my friend is like, don't worry, if you pass out, it'll be funny. And I'm like, for who? But,
Wait, do you sing though? Have you sung your whole life?
in the shower, you know, with friends around the campfire.
Let's rethink this whole plan. What do you?
So,
how did it come about?
Well, I sang a little bit on Vegas, but that's in a studio, and it's, you know, so CBS was like, does she want to do this? And I said, no. And then this whole year for me is the year of no fear.
Okay.
Oh, I
So
love
my
that.
friends called me out, and they said, what about no fear? And I said, you know what, how can I tell other people to face their fear if I don't face my own fear? And so I'm going a little extreme. It's 40,000 people live.
Wow. Yeah.
But George
All right, so let's
is
go ahead and take a
actually,
look at the actual clip of her singing. So what she was talking about is singing at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
She's going to sing the national anthem.
Oh.
So I have a clip of that as well. So if you haven't seen it, because this is obviously an old clip, you can take a look and listen to her sing, which is interesting too, because when I heard her sing, I was like, not bad.
Wow.
Not Christina Aguilera, but not bad. And I'm not hating on her by any means, because it takes a lot of bravery to be able to do that.
I freeze up.
So anyway, yeah, let's take a look at the clip.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And scene. I think I just realized I've been singing the Star Spangled Banner wrong.
What do you mean?
I thought it was for the land. Wait, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. But she just said, "Oh, the land of the free."
I do think it's 4. But
Oh,
I mean,
maybe she's nervous.
Maybe
That's
she's well, I also, that song apparently is like one of the hardest
Yes.
songs to sing like ever. So
Yes.
like in her defense, it's not an easy song to sing. So I'm like,
and I'm sure she was probably really nervous because she's not a singer.
yeah, it's
You
not
know,
a thing. Yeah,
that's
so-
like from the shower to Dodger Stadium. No big.
very catchy. Oh, it's or the land.
O apostrophe ER.
That
What
makes,
is that? It's
like,
Old English.
English.
That's what that is.
Exactly what it is. Or
Okay, well,
Well,
FYI, when I've been in the bathroom singing, I've been singing it wrong.
the more you know.
Okay, so let's get into some predictions, shall we?
Yes, I love predictions. We're
So
gonna
I
get
always throw that out to the engineer and they don't expect it. They're like, oh shoot, where's the button for the predictions?
AFTERBUZZ TV
There it is.
predictions.
I had such a good one, and I don't remember what it was, but you were talking and it triggered something, and I went, ooh, good point. So instead, I will just say this. We see the bomb going off. We see Mom with her hand. She's so happy about to push the button. Will she push the button? Probably. I don't know if someone's going to show up, but I don't think she's going to be terribly injured. We saw in the clip that I think Lucifer was saying, don't hurt her, and then now we see why she is so special. Oh, that's what it was. That's what I wanted to say. So I feel like with this whole Lucifer being drawn to this person, I don't know if somewhere in a past life she was an angel or something, and that's why something about her drew him into her life. Because it's not like he was living the player's life prior in episode 1. Why on earth would you
just go to this cop?
start hanging out with a cop?
Of all people.
Something about her. So I don't know. Again, like I said, maybe a past life. Angel with amnesia.
Do you think? But that would make him his sister. So I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe a prophet, because there are a list of prophets in the Bible, and maybe she is one of those. Because obviously having a connection to God would make him attracted to her. Because I think at the end of the day, I think he also wants his dad to approve of him. Because I think that's another issue he has. So by his father approving of her and making her a prophet. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Or some type of celestial power. But I think that's a good one. I didn't even know. I didn't think about that at all. Look at that.
thank you. Just kidding.
No, I guess, can I go?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
please.
I feel like No, now I feel like I lost mine going into that. Oh. So I think that Dan is also someone special, and I think that Mom and Dan are gonna have a fling. Like I agree when you were like, oh, he's gonna call her back. I totally think like he's gonna draw her back in, and then Mom and Dan are gonna end up being a thing together, which is super weird, but also kind of exciting because I like Dan, and he's grown on me too, and I'm like, I gotta like them together, and maybe he'll help tame Mom down.
But how weird is this if you think about it? If God sees all, God sees his ex with Dan. I know about wishing people well when you guys split ways, but that's just a whole nother level of, I don't think I want to see that.
Also, what if God is not around? What if God left? That's another thing I thought.
Where he went on vacation too?
God is God. I don't know, but like, legitimately.
God's in Hawaii, the devil's in LA, and Mom's visiting.
Super casual. I don't know. I'm just saying something about it. I just feel like God is gone. Like, I think he just kind of stepped away.
I mean, that would make sense only because of the fact, because of everything that's been happening, especially last week with the serial murders, if you will. How does God just stand behind and go, well, ex-wifey is doing because that's at the cost of people's lives.
The people he loves, and not just like she didn't just kill them, like that thing destroyed their souls.
Right.
So it wasn't just like, oh, they're coming home. It's like they're gone.
And you would think too, he'd say, that blade really doesn't belong on Earth. I'm gonna need to go get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's say, chaotic mayhem. Maybe God got a side girl.
Well, I mean, I guess not.
It's
impossible.
Possible. Maybe Mom knows what Chloe she is.
Like maybe Mom knows what Chloe is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe RJ. I think Mom. Oh no, I think Amenadiel knows because we see in the preview as well. He goes, "If I come clean about this, you have to." Whatever he says. He said something about coming clean. So I think Amenadiel is up on what or who.
I would love for Dan. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I would love for Dan to be Mom's Chloe.
Me too. I think that would be so fun. And Dan still has some type of power. Him holding that blade and fighting it, I would love to see him kind of humanize her. She needs it.
Well, okay, because Mom, sorry, Mom pushed the guy in the urinal, right?
Right.
I would love for her to try to push Dan and be like, it doesn't work.
How fun.
And him just being like, what are you doing? That's cute. What are you doing? Quit being mad at me.
I really, now that you say that, I want that scene to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if the writers are listening, but I think there might need to be a scene change happening real quick.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up this show. I'm going to turn it to the front, and I am going to give all of you a homework excitement. Excitement? You be excited about your homework. You should go to school. Anyhow, but whether you are watching us live or you are watching us post-show on Facebook, this is your homework. We need to get Tom Ellis in here. Somebody from the cast. I tried tweeting at him. Didn't quite happen. So if we can just mass tweet at him, what should our hashtag be for that? Hashtag Tom on ATV. Wow, ABTV. Let's do that. Okay, hashtag Tom on ABTV.
Tom on ABTV.
Tweet him, retweet, share, make it a thing. Let's trend. Let's get his
butt in here?
Yeah. Get that thing in here. Anyhow, I'm Alikona Bradford. Be sure to catch me on Hollywood Shit. That is my podcast. You can find, I leave links all over my Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me. I'm also on Instagram. Lots of cool stuff on there. It's at boys_and_beauty_Alikona. And that is all, folks. Listen to my co-host.
Yes, awesome. And I'm Ryan Graham. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham and on Instagram at Instagram. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me.
Yes, we had so much fun, and we will see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Tom on ABTV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.